Well, we are halfway through our very first season in League 2 with Weston-Super-Mare, and I can tell you now, we are doing quite well. We may even, by the end of the season, finish in the playoffs. Hello, welcome to Club 1, part 47 of the Globe Explorer. Coming up in today's episode, we do have our Skybet League 2 fixtures against Burton and Barrows. And since the last episode, we played quite a lot of football matches. I want to say the previous episode we played was Crawley and Gillingham, or we might have been Gillingham and Newport. But since then, we've actually been doing quite well until recently. November was started off with quite a good month. Obviously, getting knocked out in the FA Cup first round against Barrow, ironically, not great. That was after extra time, so I'm not too disappointed. I'd rather just focus on the league than and if we got through the cups, great. But thankfully, we haven't progressed in any of them. But since then, league has been all right. We've been winning some games. We picked up a 3-0 win against Leighton Orient, a 3-1 win over Rochdale, a 2-1 win over Crewe. Then we've had all hosts of defeats and draws in the leagues against Cambridge, Worthing, Burton, Dagenham, and a draw against Tranmere. So with those results, the league table, that's the fixtures. The league table does currently look like this. So 23 games played halfway through the season. We are currently in 8th. Just a quick reminder of where we're actually predicted to finish. 24th. So whatever happens this season, I'm going to be happy. As long as we stay in the league, I couldn't care less what happens. If we finish in the playoffs, great. I suspect that's not going to happen, judging by the recent form. But you never know. If we can pick up a few wins on the bounce, and obviously with the January transfer window coming up, I think there might be a bit of business. We have started the ball rolling already in terms of transfer business. We have brought in a centre back. He is called Dan Ellison, who's 26 years old, 4 stars of current ability, good League 2 player. He comes in on a free transfer from Bristol Rovers. He's played one game. We drew that game, which was against Tranmere. So this is the lineup for our match against Burton. It will be Dorad in goal, a back four of Sachdev, Ellison, Silva, and Irish. Irish is playing. We've got a whole host of injuries as well. Bajumo is injured. Only slight knock, but he'll be back for the next game. Then Griffith, our other centre back, out for 3 days. And Luke Bell, the reason why we brought in Ellison, Luke Bell's going to be out for a further 2 months, so pretty much out for the rest of the season. I think he is out of contract. I'm not sure what year we're in. I presume he is out of contract. Then we've got the midfield of Andrews and Pimlott. Woody Burgess is another player who's injured and will be leaving us at the start of the transfer window. He's going to be joining Scunthorpe for 30k, I think it was. It might be a bit more than that. 30k, so not too bad. We signed him on a free transfer, so selling him for 30k. We're hoping for a bit more, but it's all good. Then we've got Da Costa on the right, Toes in the middle, Owusu on the left. Then we've got Midwood up front too. By the way, Midwood, 11 goals, 1 assists. I was hoping for a little bit better, but I guess like many of these players, many of them haven't really looked that great. I mean, Midwood's good, but he's just a little bit very inconsistent. I mean, Morgan Bates, when I do try and play him, he just doesn't score. He doesn't score that many. He's not really great to bring on or start. He's just rubbish in this league. National League, National North South is definitely his standard. We've got the ball here. Da Costa has got the ball down the right hand side. Really cross it. He looks to try and find a cross. Finds Pimlott on the edge. Toast goes down, but no penalty at the moment. I think he probably got tripped by Andrews, who absolutely wallop boshes the ball into the top left-hand corner. Absolutely superb. Ollie Andrews with that brilliant ponytail. That's what I like to see. Midwood with the assist. Ollie Andrews straight into the top bids. That's what we're talking about. 1-0 against Burton. Only 5 minutes into the game. That is absolutely superb. So where does that put us in the league? I don't even know where Burton are. I think I just scoped them out. I think they are mid-table at the moment. So if we can get the win today, that would be absolutely superb. But I suspect it's not going to be as simple as that. And thankfully, Burton do drag their shot just wide of the goal. So let's take a look at the league table again. So Burton are currently down in 12th. We're up in 6th. Only 3 points behind Worthing. We played them second to game, the penultimate game of the season, but recently we did lose 5-0 to them. So I don't know how, don't know why, because we played so well. I think they were the other team that got promoted alongside us last season from the National League. So I think we did quite well against them last year, but obviously this year they've improved lots and lots. I mean, lots. Better than us, I think. I'm assuming they've got more money than us. That's the thing. We need money. We need a decent takeover. We've had a few, and we actually I think we've had our second takeover under a fans trust. So preferably not an ideal time for a takeover. Luke Thomas puts the ball into the back of the net to make it 1-1 with 20 minutes left to go on the first half. Not ideal, but it is to be expected. We're always going to struggle against these type of teams who have been in the EFL for quite a long time. That is poor defending, very poor defending from Harley Irish, and that might be 2-1. Harley Irish, you apps. I don't. There's a lot of players who I want to get rid of in January, but realistically, we can only register 22 men in the squad, so players will have to go. So it'll be like a 1 in 1 out system, or 1 out 1 in system. So once a player leaves, we can get a replacement in for that position. That's how we're gonna have to do transfers in January, because we can't realistically bring in 5. We can put other interested in players that we plan to replace them with, but it's really hard this season. I think we just have to. Get through it. Don't get relegated. If we finish in the plus, great. I don't really want to finish in the plus. I think we just need to establish ourselves in the League Two, and maybe next year look to get promotion, unless we get headhunted in the summer, because we're Weston-Super-Mare. We're not a big team. We're a very, very small team, but we do go into half time with a 2-1 deficit. So not the greatest scoreline, but I think we'll be fine. At least as long as we get an equaliser, we are creating lots of chances, but we do need to be a little bit more clinical when we have the ball and be a little less sloppy in the defensive areas. Harley Irish, you have been absolutely awful this game. You're lucky Bashuma's not on the bench, because when Bashuma was fit, he would definitely be starting, and Courtney and Gramer has put the ball into the back of it to make it 3-1 to Burton. It's poor. It really is, because don't think we deserve to be losing 3-1. Albeit our defensive side has been absolutely awful. Do we have Harry Rodder on the bench? Because Sachdev has not been great at all. Harry Rodder, not great at all, but he's going to come on. And I think Pimlott also comes off Carlos Colton, who's not been great at all this year. I feel like Colton probably could do with a loan spell, so I think that's probably what we'll try and find him, a decent loan. Ideally, probably in the National League, possibly National South, if a club from the league below doesn't appear interested in him. Da Costa has got the ball, he's got space to run into, cuts inside onto his left foot, and Ollie Andrews puts the ball into the back of net to make it 3-2. That's his second goal of the day. He's one of the many players who I think is definitely good enough for League Two. Obviously, he is only a lone player, so unfortunately won't be with us next season unless of course he does get released from its parent club, which I don't think he will. I think he's very much contracted for another few years with whoever he got him from. And Cody Toes finds space in behind the defence, and unfortunately couldn't quite get his shot into that bottom right corner of the goal, which he was aiming for. A very decent strike, and if we can get another few of those, I reckon we're going to get an equaliser. We've got half an hour left to go, plenty of time. Rodder finds Da Costa. He has a chance to put the ball into the box. Ollie Andrews. Oh my God, Cody Toast gets robbed of the ball, but it falls to Ollie Andrews. Midwood, and that is the equaliser. We are back on level terms against Burton Albion. Half an hour or 28 minutes left to go. I reckon we can go on and win the game now, because we have been a far the better team in this second half. Burton they haven't done much, albeit they have scored that one goal, but we've certainly looked better. Thomas, no, that's poor. That is poor defending, and Santunde puts the ball into the back of the net to make it 4-3. That he wasn't really celebrating, which led me to think he was offside, but unfortunately isn't. Rodder has got the ball now to Edison. Let's get the ball upfield now. Andrews to Costa. This is looking some decent passing play. Rodder has got the ball. Can we get the ball into the box for the fourth time of the game? Midwood, what type of shot was that? But I think it did take a deflection, and it is a corner which Colton is going to whip in. That's not bad delivery. It falls to Owusu. Oh, I took a couple of deflections, but couldn't quite find the back of the net. But it does fall to Owusu again. Now to Irish. Owusu, let's get the ball into the box. Come on, Andrews. You can do something. Rodder. Come on, this is looking lovely. Surely this has got to be a goal at the end of this attack. Maybe not, but Thomas has got the ball out of Rodder. Brilliant defensive work now. He's got the ball. He has the chance to cross it. Finds Andrews now. Throws. Andrews has been absolutely superb today. And Kyler Midwood is there for his second goal of the game. His second equaliser. Maybe not. It's been disallowed. That's heartbreaking to get a disallowed goal, which it looks very tight. We are going to make a couple more changes. I think Owusu makes way for Thomas, and I think we'll also get off Silva for Louis May Hawkins. Yeah, May Hawkins, he's a good player. Not a good player, but he's okay to bring on. But I wouldn't dare try to start him unless we had real defensive worries in terms of injuries, which we have started him a couple of times, but quite often or not, when we start him, we do most of the time we do end up losing the game. Da Costa, don't try and do a Travella cross, not in League 2, maybe in the Championship Premier League, you might get away with it. Not in League 2, not when we're chasing a victory. Midwood has got the ball. He's through a goal, but unfortunately, that is a good save from the Burton goalkeeper, and it is another goal corner, which Colton will deliver. Will he find a Weston-Super-Mare head? He doesn't quite. Midwood, that's a poor strike. That is we're not even on a attacker mentality. We're on a positive mentality. Why shoot from there? Keep it down, and it might have had a chance, but way over the top of a crossbar, and unfortunately, it does end in a 4-3 defeat to Burton Albion. I think we were a little bit unlucky. I think defensively we were shambles. Attacking wise, we were very good. Created a lot of good chances. Potentially should have scored a few more goals. But like I said, we're meant to finish bottom of the table. So anything finishing above relegation it'd be great by the end of the season, but at the moment it's not looking great. So let's hope we can get back to winning ways and hopefully get some revenge against Barrow. The lineup for our match against Barrow will be Doran a goal, a back four of Rodder, Ellison, Silva, Bashumo, a midfield partnership of Cody Tosa, Romain Perrin. Yes, it's a youngster. He is going out on loan after this game, but he's going to have to play today. Ollie Andrews has picked up a slight knock. Don't really want to take the risk in starting him. And Ollie Pimlott is going to be out for 3 weeks. Ruben Curley. I think Ruben Curley probably will be one of the players we look to move on in the January transfer window alongside probably Harley Irish and probably Owusu as well, because he looked good internationally. Not been great in League 2. So we've got Colton on the left, Phillips in the middle, Da Costa on the right. Then we'll take a chance on playing Morgan Bates up front. That striker might potentially backfire on me, but we do have Midwood down on the bench should we have to get him on. But hopefully Morgan Bates can prove us wrong, and hopefully he can get ideally get a hat-trick today, but I don't think that's going to happen. Barrow are a decent side. We've already lost to them once this season. Don't really want to lose against them again. Where are they? I do want to know where the hell are they in the table, because if they're near the relegation places, I do think this is a potential winnable game. Rodder has got the ball. Can he just get the ball upfield? Finds space in a bit of space. Lovely ball out to Colton. He has the chance to cross it. Cuts inside. Phillips. Da Costa is there for the first goal of the game. And I think that one is going to count. It's not going to be disallowed or anything. No, the goal stands. And it is 1-0 to Weston-Super-Mare. Carlos Colton. Absolutely brilliant. I think Phillips was slightly unfortunate not to get the goal, but Da Costa was there to clean things up. We are 1-0 up against Barrow, who are currently sitting 17th in the table. I mean, from looking at the league table doesn't really mean much in terms of whether teams are beatable. Because with Weston-Super-Mare, we came from the National League, we're in the National South 2 seasons ago. So I think it's definitely winnable now. We're 1-0 up. We were 1-0 up. I think we were 1-0 up in the previous game, but I might be wrong about that. But yeah, we should be able to win the game from it. If we can get a second goal will do us a world of good. Give the players a little bit more confidence, because a 1-goal lead, it's not comfortable, because Barrow, I'm fairly sure they are capable of getting a goal whenever they like. A Morgan Bates, it's in space, and somehow he puts it wide. It is a corner, so it's a decent save from the Barrow goalkeeper. But Morgan Bates from 2-3 seasons ago, no doubt in mind, would have chipped over the top of the goalkeeper. So I think he's probably lost a little bit of confidence. Maybe it was a couple jumps a little bit too high and possibly a bit too fast, I think, for Morgan Bates. But I think we probably, yeah, I think he is potentially one of the players that could end up leaving the club in January. If not January, probably definitely the summer. I don't actually know who's out of contract. I presume there's going to be a lot of players leaving us in the summer and a few players leaving us in January. I don't tend to do much business in January. I think we'd probably do the bulk of it in the summer. Like, probably that would be a sensible option. It would be a wise decision to bring in 10 players in January. Not that I want to do it, but I don't think it'd be great for the team. Asian Healy has got the ball, and unfortunately, it's not very excellent, but Ikpima does put the ball into the back of the net for the Barrow equaliser. We do go into the final 40 minutes with a 1-1 draw at the moment, but if we can get a fairly swift reply, get a goal to put us back in the lead once again. That was unfortunate. Perrin was making the right run, but the ball was it could have been a little bit better accuracy and a little bit more power. That might have been another attacking opportunity for us. Spence has got the ball now to Atkinson. Can we just get the ball? Bashumo headed it back to the goalkeeper. Safety first, please. Bates might be for a goal. Will he put the ball into the back of the net? He does. That's his second goal. Is that really his second goal of the season? It can't be his second goal of the season. I feel like he scored more goals than that, but it might be his second goal of the season in the league. But I feel like he scored at least 5 this year, maybe a little bit more. But Cozy Toast has got the ball now to Silva. Can we get the ball back upfield? Da Costa. Come on, make the cross. Make someone run. Phillips. Da Costa again. Get the ball into the box. We've got a whole host of players lurking in the box, and by the looks of it, we have got a penalty. Da Costa did get brought down. Who's taking this penalty? I got no idea who's stepping up for this one. But Phillips steps up. Really convert it. Unfortunately, he doesn't. It's a good save from the Barrow goalkeeper, but we should be scoring penalties. That might, if we go on and draw the game, that will cost us the 3 points, I think. But hopefully that won't happen. But that's Weldon Edison. Danger is still not over yet, though. And Bashumo with a fine, decent challenge. And Colton has got the ball. He's looking far better than Arusu, considering I mean, according to the star rating, Owusu's a better player, but Colton has been absolutely superb this game. He is starting to get a little bit shattered though, so we probably should get him off for Owusu, and I think we'll get off our other winger Da Costa for Jordan Thomas. That'd be the only two changes we shall do for now. We've got a set piece here of our own. Can we find the back of the net from here? Whether or not he shoots, Cody throws, I do not know. Or cross will be fine, but with a right footer fairly central to the goal, I reckon he's going to shoot. Will it be on target? He's hit the crossbar and unfortunately doesn't quite fall to a Weston-Super-Mare player. And Thomas does have the long range effort, but thankfully it did go out for a corner. Not much come from it though, but Rodder has got a throw in a very decent area. Throws. Oh no, that wasn't Throws, that was Thomas. Perrin now throws. Rodder, Perrin, this is looking very good. Phillips! Oh, that should have been 3-1. Phillips, who is having a decent game, 2 assists, needs to get his goal because he definitely deserves one. Obviously, he did miss that penalty, so should have had a goal by now. But I'm sure he will get a few more chances. Morgan Bates, Jordan Thomas is there for his first goal of the season. I don't know how many goals he's got. He said 1 goal in 16 games. He's played more than 16 games. I'm sure he's got more than 1 goal, but that's a great goal. That should be, hopefully, be the 3 points all wrapped up. We are going to make a few more changes. Bajumo is the... We don't have a left back on the bench, but we will get on Griffith with Bajumo. Move Silva out onto the left-hand side, and I think we will also get on... Do we have a midfielder down on the bench? We don't. So... Yeah, we do. We'll get on Ollie Andrews. I think he'll be capable of playing 10 minutes. I don't think it will hurt him too much. But 10 minutes left to go. 3-1 up. I don't see us bottling this game, unlike the last game. But the last game was a tricky game. Better than a tricky team. But Barrow, very, very simple to play against. And Morgan Bates has got 2 goals this game. Could this be the resurgence of his Weston-Super-Mare career? I doubt it, but he's been playing very well. But Barrow are in the bottom half of the table. We're in the top half, so it's a game we should be winning. Thankfully, we are. Thomas has got the ball. Morgan Bates is on a hat-trick, so potentially, and I don't think there's any other players on their hat-trick, but Morgan Bates is the only player that's on 2 goals. There is still plenty of time for him to get his 3rd goal. Silva has got the ball. Morgan Bates was circling in the middle, but Saga Silva take a bow from centre back to left back. Absolutely ridiculous goal. What an overlapping run that is. Drives into the middle. I barely knew he had that in his locker. That was absolutely thunderous striker. We are now 5-1 up. Where does that put us in the table with that victory? 9th place, 39 points. Obviously, 50 points is the target for this season. Obviously, 11 points off that. So hopefully, I want to say hopefully by the time of the next episode. So I think we'll probably come back for the next episode just after the transfer window, where hopefully we should be joined by a few new faces, and I probably some outgoings at the same time. I think we definitely need a central midfielder. Obviously, Woody Burgess is leaving the club, so we'll definitely have at least 1 new player to announce. So I think we'll probably just come back for our first games in February, where hopefully we're in a playoff battle, and we'll be playing our games against Swindon and Fleetwood. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.